for the random stuff. Got a little bit more money this turn, but I did get a heresy on top of some Christians, and I feel like I have to do something about that. And I spent all my money failing. That was 4 big bucks, never rolled higher than a 2. Nice, huh? Okay, so I've done everything I can here. I have no freebies or anything, which means we have a possibility of apostasy. And I think it just happens. Check every green Christian tile if it's controlled. It's occupied by a... it's not prevented by religious freedom, which it would be, as these are the Persians. I could pay if there wasn't a heresy, but there is. So what happens? It goes back into not being Christian. Okay. Well, maybe that's not that terrible. But, yeah, the Manichaeans kind of blew us away. And that's just the end of the turn. We're going to be through this pretty quickly if I don't zone in, if I don't zoom in on all the actions. But I think I like this better. I think I do. An interesting token here. First of all, $2 there. It's got the red dot. That means we've got change Roman policy. Now, I know that just means this goes from Pax Romana to Lex Romana. But let's see what that implies. I can conduct a free conversion on one plain land adjacent to a Christian land. I don't know if that happens immediately. I don't know how much it matters. But also, I'm going to have an epidemic, which also gives me some positive factors there. So, yeah, so a plain land adjacent to a Christian land, with the Christians under Roman rule. I don't think I've gone beyond Roman rule. Yeah, we've got these Gnostics here. They're making things more complicated. So, we should be... Oh, we don't have a Christian ruler in Rome. I was going to say, we should be suppressing these heretics, but not yet. There aren't a lot of Christian lands. How about that? That's heresy. I'd rather not do that. So I guess we'll go over here. That's real cheap. Oh well. I mean, it saves us $1, right? And a 1 fails. Yay. Okay. So we get that, but on the other side we have an epidemic, which is also a good thing. Sure sounds like it. And let's see, that's 6.6. I can choose either to build a hospital in a green Christian land that has no infrastructure, or to make one conversion attempt on any path free of charge. Well, a hospital is a good thing. Why? Yeah, that's a good question. Why? Hospitals have a military role. They function as SDs. I think I like that idea, especially since, well, it's supposed to be First Christian University, but the problem is we don't know where we're most worried about pagans coming. I mean, this is where we're furthest along, so that sort of makes sense. But on the other hand, kind of look here and say, huh, what about the Bulgars? But there's a Roman army in the way in both cases. Do I just want a free conversion attempt? This is worth $3. A conversion attempt is worth 1. I'm going to drop a hospital over here. Yay. Okay. And that's it for that token. And now I get to make my choices. Our wonderful rolls, trying to convert Rome and Milan. And we fail again. No apostasy because nothing showed up on top of Christians, so we're fine then. And that pushes us to the next turn. So we got Tertullian this turn, and he converted the Jews here. And now I have nothing else I can do. I did the evangelical. I'm just putting them back. But at least I don't gain any Dark Ages off of it. So that's kind of cool, I guess. We get Origin next turn. I got to think about this. So he's D and E. I wasn't really prepared because I haven't explored out, right? And maybe if I explore out rather than something else, that'll do me some good. I haven't pulled my cookie yet, have I? When do I get my cookie? I don't get it till down here. Okay. I think the Theologian happens during the history phase, and you have to resolve it all then. You can't, like, hold it off until you play out the bishops or whatnot. And yeah, I can't really figure out a use for my Roman army at this point. There might be a time when I do, but I haven't expanded beyond Roman territory yet. Good cookie, $3, and the Lex Romana again. However, I look and I'm like, wow, I don't know if I have a pagan land next to a Christian land within Roman territory. That's not under heresy, which, yeah, I can still do it and it's to my advantage, but maybe a little less. But that, because it's likely going to revert. But there's a special rule that notes Jerusalem counts as Christian for this. So I can, no, oh yeah, I was getting that confused. So I can try Rome, and I got a +1 there. And that's not good enough. Crap. Oh well. Having a lot of these failures. I converted these ascetics, and they got weaker. Here, but now I realize I got a problem. I got to deal with this Mithra issue, which is not positive. But I want to get to the Saxons because, you know, there's that warning about it. So I'll spend a second to move down here. That gets me an exploration. I find women. Women are a problem. Women caused me to retreat. So that sort of cost me $1 there. I got one more action available. Oh, God. I feel like some of my paths really suck, but there are advantages to pushing to the end of a path. I have like one more thing I can do, and that's it. Shit. Yeah, I'm having a lot of trouble figuring out. Like, the Gnostics are really tough. I don't want to screw with them particularly. But I also kind of don't want to leave them behind. It's kind of that kind of troublesome choice. Do I have anything that's Christian that's under danger? No. So, I like Persia. I'm going to spend to try to get rid of that heresy? Nope. Nothing works. Alrighty. I think I'm misusing the Great Theologian. 7.7, you can use them later this turn. I drew one this turn. I also grabbed my cookie and I was like, well, let me look up the rules on that again because I can only use them on D&E and I wasn't quite sure where I wanted to use them, but apparently I don't have to use them immediately. In fact, I can't. I use them, I guess, during my religious phase, which I don't think it's too big a difference. Yeah, is that actually in here? Yeah, it is. Okay. So, there you have it. Not a big shock. I also have an epidemic in addition to $1. That epidemic is interesting. The same as last time, I could just throw a hospital down, and that's worth $3. So it's like better than a single conversion attempt, which is the other thing I could do. But there's kind of a, well, where do I put it? If I put it here, I would much rather get it, over on that side. And that's one thing. I might want to hold on to it until then. Or maybe I want to put it somewhere like down here or here, where it provides me with some additional defensive capabilities that I don't currently have. And of course, actually I do want to do that. You know what? I want to put it here and help protect. Well, I get a defensive roll anyway there. I'll put it here and help protect against the spread of Islam. That actually seems like a wise choice to me. And the other idea was like, yeah, do I want to put it beyond here so I protect the Persians against the Turks? But honestly, I don't think the Turks are the danger here. I think it's the Muslims, and there's not much I can do to defend them. They're already defended. $1 move, I moved my bishop down here, found women, ran away, and then I tried to convert them with my theologian and failed. And that'll put my next one here and gives me some additional Dark Ages. I might want to start buying off Dark Ages. In fact, I might have wanted to do it here because I could only possibly have gained one. But I don't know. It's hard for me to make those decisions. And that looks like it's the end of the line for the turn. I think I still have no heresies that are causing me problems. I keep forgetting to flip this back to Pax Romana. It doesn't really mean much. I'm assuming it has some effect in something other than just on the Lex Romana you get, well, it does in terms of dealing with the military, I think. But it's really not affecting me here. So I think there's some cases where you can do stuff under Pax Romana that you can't do under Lex Romana. But I haven't been doing them, so I haven't run into that. We did get a new heresy. We have a few that have been collecting up. We got one here. We have a theologian available, and we have $2 available. I don't know. I keep thinking this is tobacco, but it's not. It's just like this part of the map. Designed to confuse me. I can go either on route B or route F. I don't know how much value there is. Route F, I could gain a couple of spaces, and that might serve me some good. These damn Gnostics here. Jeez. Everything's a mess. Everything's hard to deal with. This is not an easy game. I don't know if I expected it to. Solitaire games are usually pretty tough. Yeah, having a lot of trouble making decisions. I'm always bad at that. To get some cash together, I thought I'd write the Bible. Although it's probably a little early. Let's see. don't know when I'm supposed to get it. Should have already happened, I would think, but I don't see it in here. For a period. But in order to do that, I need to, I had $3 this turn, right? No, $2, but may have had an extra one for something. But in order to do that, I had to reduce the cost, right? So I got very lucky and cleared the problem in Greece, and then moved on here. And now the question, my thought had been, then I'll have 2 in a row. Well, that's actually not the case. And that's not good. Although maybe I could gain 1 here, but I got to clear this to get it. So instead of that move, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to convert those ascetics. I got very lucky in removing the heresy. It was a 5. I'm at +1. Let's see. Okay, well, we didn't succeed and wasted an effort. And I'm going to use my Theologian to drop the Dark Ages down, because I really don't have, a chain of events that I can utilize there. I'm kind of stuck, unable to do anything at work. My thing wasn't moving, the update, and they might have totally fucked my machine up. I called tech support, and they're like, well, we'll have our local people give you a call. Okay, that might happen. And we may have screwed you up completely. And the problem with that is we've got new processes in place that have prevented me from from using, basically everything's so chaotic on our team at this point because of some changes that we made, that we didn't have the same clear tools that I was used to storing the results from up to a non-local location. And I'm not sure, what is backed up and what is not. So some of the information is stored in browser data, which probably is not backed up. If it is, we've actually got a problem, because whatever we back up, it has to go onto an encrypted disk. And we had a single tool that I would, whenever something went on hold or couldn't get worked for a while, I would store up and package up. Well, because of the chaos we're in, I've been working on 5 projects, none of which are complete. And basically all of this year's work, so we're talking, 3 months of work, whatever, is stored on my disk in places that cannot be mirrored into storage. So, probably close to $30,000 worth of cost to the company if they end up fucking it over. I don't know if that, if that'll change their dynamic in terms of we'll try to crack your encryption and save things. Of course, that's what I think is stopping me from getting my wife's laptop back, or notebook, or whatever it is that the police are trying to crack just the password. I mean, which should be pretty trivial. If there's not full disk encryption, it should be trivial to get through. But yeah, if they fucked things up, they fucked things up big time. And all because they didn't say, look, you've been voluntold to be part of this project, but we don't know how safe it is. They roll out 2 or 3 of these updates a week on us, and it's not always clear. There's somebody moving around out there, squirrel. I don't have anybody to show it to. Here he goes. Yeah, I missed the hell out of her. Anyway, that's just an update between turns, and we'll keep going. An attitude that has caused our team to roll out what's supposedly a minimal viable product, and it's just a minimal product. It's not viable, which is why everything's on hold and can't be done. And this was supposed to roll out in November, and so it's actually 5 months of shit, but I've got about 3 months of work because I was doing other kinds of things in the couple months trying to make that minimal product a little bit less non-viable. The same kind of attitude of agile, do this stuff, get it done quickly, and you got to do it so quickly that you actually don't have time to test it fully. Just all this pressure, I'm sure, is the same kind of thing that's in this rollout. It's just what's infected the company as a whole, and we're just gonna. I probably shouldn't be talking about this stuff because some of you know where I work, but yeah, it's not at all promising. Yeah. So I think the oldest Bible should be, at least the oldest known one, should be ranging around in here. Alexandrian text Bibles, yeah. And there's probably compilations that are in the earlier period, but so I'm not really that far behind, which is good because the coins in this period are not not really able to create the Bibles. I just thought I was dying in terms of the growth of Christianity, and you can see, it's spread well throughout North Africa, but not that well everywhere else. This time was a lot of points, but I got an adoptionist heresy out here in the edge of North Africa Christian community, and that's at least I have my bishop right there, Oh well. Some successes. I spent a lot, but finally got rid of the heresy here, which I think is important because this could have been apostatic. And then I converted these ascetics, and that gets me an M. Now, I'm trying to remember. Let's see where the monasteries are. Rule 1. The rule's not listed there. Shit. Well, let's see. Build infrastructure is 7.3. I think I can build it cheaper. Like for $3 I can build a monastery there. I don't know how important that is because I'm not ending up with extra. I'm not ending up feeling like, wow, if only I could save a couple bucks. Certainly saving money for a rainy day might make sense. It costs $6 to build it, but it's cut in half. It's in an associated place. So, yeah. So since I have ascetics there, actually I have them up here too. I could actually build monasteries more cheaply. Those monasteries don't hurt me even if the area turns non-Christian. So that's kind of cool. I don't lose their capability. But again, I can only save $1 or $2, $1 per monastery. So it's not like it's any kind of huge thing. And I think I've used my points up, and we're moving into another age. I think I'm going to load this one up. I was kind of thinking we'd just run through and get it all on one video, but yeah. Let's see, we got to here. We're getting a bigger chunk, and no harm in small videos, or smaller videos. So up it goes.